We finally got a first look at the PlayStation 5's graphics. With two next-generation consoles dropping later this year, gamers are champing at the bit for any and all information about what the so-called future of gaming is going to look like before it arrives in just a few short months. But let's run down the checklist, shall we? With Microsoft's new Xbox Series X, we've seen the system, which looks like a mini fridge, we've heard the technical specs, saw a ton of the games coming to the system, and, of course, had a look at the controllers. Whereas on the Sony side of things with the PlayStation 5, we've seen the controller and gotten an informative yet ultimately dry lecture about solid-state hard drives. Okay. Now, earlier this week, Sony revealed the brand new PlayStation Studios logo, which looked eerily similar to the Xbox Game Studios logo, which in turn looks eerily similar to the Marvel Studios logo, but we guess flying letters with characters superimposed on them is just in the zeitgeist right now. While all of this mystery surrounding the PS5 was at one point alluring, now it feels like Sony's just being cagey with us in these details rather than teasing them. I mean, seriously, this console is expected to drop this holiday season, and we have no idea what it looks like. But thankfully, on Wednesday, some of that mystery faded away when we finally got a first look at the PS5's graphical power in the wild. The folks at Epic Games dropped a 9-minute preview showing off a Tomb Raider-esque playable tech demo called Lumen in the Land of Nanite. And holy cats, if this is what we can expect from the next gen of consoles and gaming, we can take our money right now. So many triangles. Now, to be fair, this demo is intended to show off the Unreal Engine 5, which will be used by many game developers for things like the PC, Xbox Series X, and PS5. So this is probably a good representation of the level of depth coming down the pipeline, but this demo is specifically output on a PlayStation 5, and honestly, it's already 1,000% more than we've seen from Sony. Now, there are two things to note here. Lumen in the Land of Nanite is not a game that's going to be coming to the PS5. It was originally intended for the Game Developers Conference, and it's purely a demo to show off Unreal Engine 5's technical capabilities. Now, that said, this demo wasn't showing off pre-rendered cutscenes, but rather gameplay being captured from an actual PS5's HDMI port. And this demo showcases two technologies the Unreal Engine 5 can utilize for the PlayStation 5. Now, the first is Nanite, which allows huge amounts of graphical triangles to be produced, then losslessly crunched down into something beautiful and photorealistic we can see on screen. Nanite works down to the pixel scale, meaning that some triangles are the size of pixels. As evidenced by those elaborate statues, them's a lot of triangles, and boy do they look good. Now, according to Epic Games, Nanite virtualized geometry means that film-quality source art comprising hundreds of millions or billions of polygons can be imported directly into Unreal Engine. So now, games that feel like playable movies, Metal Gear Solid, can actually feel like playable movies. Now, the second new tech is Lumen, which allows for better dynamic lighting. Lumen takes things like ambient lighting and bounce lighting and lets you adjust them instantly if there's a change to the setting. And while the concepts behind Lumen are nothing new to game developers, what Lumen seems to accomplish on the PS5 will ultimately make things quicker and easier for game artists. Oh, so that's why they call it Lumen in the Land of Nanite. It's marketing! Anyway, all of this boils down to an unprecedented level of detail. Billions of polygons that can be rendered using the PS5 hardware, and a much easier way for game developers to provide beautiful dynamic lighting for their scenes in the blink of an eye. So, when we've jokingly said in the past that the hardware for the PS5 and Xbox Series X could be simplified as look pretty, go fast, we weren't kidding. Now, of course, Unreal Engine 5, as seen in this demo, is set to fully release in late 2021, so it might be some time until we actually see it put to use in next-gen games. Now, this shouldn't come as too much of a surprise because new console generations often take time to reach their true graphical peaks, because developers need to learn how to push the hardware to its limits and become more accustomed to working with their frameworks. That said, we're just glad to see something the PS5 will actually be capable of, even if we don't know yet what the console itself is going to look like. In any event, am I the only one who wants Lumen in the Land of Nanite to be a real game? Maybe. But what do you folks think? What do you think of this PS5 tech demo? What games do you want to see come to the PS5 at launch? And when do you think we're going to see more from PlayStation itself? Anyway, let's discuss. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you just saw, why not give us a like and subscribe? And if you want to get notified every time we go live with a new show or drop a new video, hit that little bell down below. That way you're going to be up to date on all the latest news, theories, and rumors in the pop culture world. In the meantime, stay safe, be healthy, and have a great day. Bye-bye.